All right, family, we are back. We are live. Um, it's your boy Shaq Stacks, man, and we about to make some money in the markets. If you've tuned in with me before, it's a pretty simple, easy session. Just follow along. Learn how to use an AI bot to make some money in this one of the largest financial markets in the world. Um, let's make some money today, God willing, and just set this up a little more. Yeah, let's get to it, y'all. Let me share my screen. All right, so everybody should be able to see my screen right now. I'm just gonna make sure.
2026, we're getting hotter, smarter, and richer. Here's how.
Just make sure my screen is showing.
2026, we're getting...
Okay. Boom. Okay, my screen is showing. Check the audio. Audio's good. All right, y'all. Let's get to it. Let's make some money in this market. God willing, we have another good day. We've been, killing it in the markets, and we plan on doing the same thing again today. Now, I have a confession. Last night, I made some money while I was playing 2K on this account. I meant to use my other accounts so that I can, keep this one intact with the live streams with my wins and losses. So I did wind up making my daily goal already. So I am up 479 for the day. I'm probably not going to necessarily enter like a trade or hold it for a long period of time. So we are still going to look for a setup because I put in my Discord that I was going to be trading at this time. So if the bot shows something, then I'll still call it out. But I'm just letting you guys know that I did make my money for this trading day last night while I was playing the game. So let me just fix this. All right, so my screen's up. We're at Gucci. Okay. So for those that are tuning in for the first time, my name is Shaq. I've been trading for about 6 years now, 7 years now. And I'm basically just I'm not no educator, I'm not no guru, I'm none of that. I'm just a regular person who's just trying to, take my piece of the pie out this market. So this is one of the ways that I do it. I use a AI bot connected with prop firms to maximize on capital. And I trade daily. Like if the market's open, I am looking for a setup. I do not sit on my computer. I thought you just say something. I do not sit on my computer all day. But I would say I have my computer open with the charts open. But I do my own thing. If I'm playing a game, I may take a trade. If I'm watching a movie, I may take a trade. If I'm cleaning up, I may take a trade. If I'm out to eat, I may take a trade. So it sounds like you could trade anywhere or while you're doing anything. It's not for you to just sit up here and watch the charts all day. I do it specifically when I'm live streaming, just to show you guys and answer questions. So I am just sitting here watching paint dry basically, but you do not have to trade like that. Now, I would say it is important, if you want to have the most success, to find a time in the day to trade. So that way, um, you build some type of consistency and discipline within yourself. So, um, I think that's super important. But you can trade at any time during the day, so, or anywhere. So, you don't have to be a robot and just sit there and watch the charts all day. All right. Um, so while we wait, I'll explain how to use the bot, and by 9:30, we'll watch opening bell, and then we'll create the 15-minute orb, and then we'll trade off of that, to see which direction the market wants to go for today. All right. So let's get into it. Remember, if you got any questions, if you're watching the stream live like right now, and you have any questions, don't be afraid to comment in the chat box. Um, you can. There's a link to my Discord in the description. You can go in my Discord. It's free, and ask whatever questions that you want to ask. If you want to know how I trade, and get the bot, that's also in there. Just go to the welcome tabs, and you should see everything that I use to trade. The prop firms and all right. So what else? Um, yeah. Also, if you need help creating your accounts, just personally message me on the side, and I'll get back to you about a time that we can set up your accounts. Um, Also, remember, if someone is using my name or my link, not my link, but if somebody's using my name in Discord or on Instagram or whatever, asking you for money, it is not me. I don't need anybody's money or anything like that. So if anything, personally message me, ask for my contact, and then I'll give you a personal call if anything. So don't fall for that kind of stuff. But yeah, let's get into it. Um, let's let's do this. All right, so what we're going to be trading today is the Nasdaq, and um, I know that most of you who have been on the session with me before probably already know what it is, but this is for that person who has no idea what is going on today, and it's their first time looking at a trading chart. Um, we're on the Nasdaq, which in futures is known as NQ. The Nasdaq is just a indice that has a basket of um, stocks combined into one. Okay, so the top 100 stocks, and companies, I should say, in the U.S. combined into one particular symbol is called the Nasdaq, and it creates um, a price based off of how well those companies or stocks are doing. So I'm going to change the screen so you guys can see this. Well, what's this? Well, first, yeah, hold on, because that it was tweaked. All right, so y'all should be able to see my screen again. Let me make sure. All right, cool. And then I'm going to click on Fanviz. Let's go to Fanviz again. All right, so y'all should be able to see Fanviz on my screen. All right, and we'll go to Maps. So a lot of people have heard of the S&P 500 or SPX, Dow Jones, which is also known as US 30, and then you have the Nasdaq, um, the Nas 100. These are just representing the top was S&P is the top 500 companies, the Dow Jones is the top 30 companies, and the Nasdaq is the top 100 companies. I trade the Nasdaq, so I would want to go to that map, and then you'll see the top 100 companies all here combined, basically showing you a map of what percentage it has risen or fallen, um, like in real time. Okay, for the trading day, I should say, not in real time, but like for the trading day, this is how much Apple has decreased 0.072%, or how Google has increased plus 4.82%. All right. But you have every company up here. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, like I say on every stream. I don't know every 100 company. But the bigger boxes are basically showing you which company holds more weight within the Nasdaq. So it can move the Nasdaq a little bit more than, you know, what is this down here? For Ferrovial, an engineering and construction company, like this isn't going to move the Nasdaq the same way Google might move it, or Nvidia, like if something was to happen. All right, so the bigger the boxes are on the map, the more impact it has on the Nasdaq. All right, so these are some of the top 100 companies in the world. Most of you guys know some of these companies already. So you got Nvidia, Apple, Google, Meta, Amazon, Microsoft. You got Pepsi up here somewhere, Tesla. Uh, what is it? Cisco Systems. Like it's a bunch of stuff that I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know what it is, but yeah, it's all part of the Nasdaq. All right, and that's what we trade. So right now, I mean, I see a lot more green than red, but it does look pretty mixed. But as far as like the bigger companies, it's definitely I see a lot more green. Um, if I'm being honest, so that's just saying that since the trading day has started at 6 p.m. Yesterday, these companies have increased in their value to this point. Now at 9:30, this screen is going to go completely gray during the opening bell, because it's a lot of volatility in the market, a lot of spikes that happen in the market during the opening bell, and this particular website, the maps, just goes gray at that time. Um, I guess to calculate what's actually going on because it's moving so fast, but I mean, I don't work for the website. I don't know. I don't use it to trade. I just use it to kind of get a visual of like, okay, what has the market been doing since the open? All right, so that's FinViz if you guys want to know. Um, so that's one thing I check before I start my day. Um, this is another one. It's called forexfactory.com. All right, now this website just basically shows like if there's any news happening for today. So let's make sure it's on the right day. All right, June 30th. It's June 30th, right? Yep. It's the last day of the month, y'all. So let's end the month off right. Um, so 9:45, there's supposed to be some US news, right? But it's a yellow folder, so it's not like a high impact news. Like, oh, you see it says low impact expected, so it shouldn't affect the market too much at 9:45. 10 a.m. we have some orange folders, medium impact. So you may see the market move around like 10 o'clock, which is it may work in our favor because we're gonna wait for the 15-minute opening range anyway, and yeah, we'll play off of that. So around like 10 o'clock, we'll probably get an entry. I always say like around like 10:15, 10:30, I'm going to get off the stream. And then that's when the market decides to move. And, I want to staying a little longer. So that's been like my thing. But um, yeah, man. 10 o'clock, we should see a lot of movement in the market so we can catch some good entries. So that's good to know. Let's get back to the chart. All right. And then now this is the bread and butter right here. For everybody who is watching for the first time, um, this is the bot right here. I'm gonna turn it off for a second just so you can see how the chart looks without it. Right. So without the bot, you can trade without the bot. I don't want to tell anybody that they need the bot, but it does help your visual. Like, it does help you see the market a little bit more clear. Um, Now, when I first started trading, I used to like trading without what you call indicators, or um, a lot of lines and stuff on my chart. But with trial and error, I learned the hard way. Yes, I would make some money, but I'll also lose some money. It wasn't consistent, um, because I was leaning on my own understanding. If I'm being honest, like, and it, I'm not a computer. I'm not I'm not able to read these numbers and read the history of when price hit these certain points consistently all the time. Like, I may be right sometimes, but to do it consistently is very hard. And I may come into the market one day and I see the chart like this, and it may look like it's going up to me, when in reality it's going down. um so before the bot, like I said, I would do something which is like what you call a top down analysis. So this is me. Like I said, I'm not an educator. I'm just telling y'all what I've learned over the past 6 years. All right, so you can take this and run with it or whatever. Like I said, this YouTube is for me to document my journey with this account specifically. All right, like from start to finish, like taking it to a live account. And but before there was AI, before there was bots, you had to trade on your own. So this is more like what I would call caveman trading. It takes a little bit more time, and it's not as effective, if you ask me, but um, there's a way to do it. So what you would normally do, you'll go to the higher time frames, and then you'll find, like, I'm gonna take this off because this was from yesterday. You go to the higher time frames, and you'll find, like, points in the market that got hit multiple times, right? So this was June 16th, right? June 16th and June 22nd. Price came to this level and just dropped. Came to this level and dropped. So that's like a key area where I'll be like, you know what? Let me mark this up, because apparently every time it gets here, like, maybe not this price point exactly, but like in this area, right? In this area, price gets here and it decides to drop, right? And then I'll look for that same type of level somewhere at the bottom. Now, like I said, my eyes are different than yours. You may see something else or somewhere else that I don't see, right? But if I was just doing it off of, like I said, face value, I may see, like, okay, price hit this level multiple times, and even in the past it hit this level multiple times, to kind of like react off of. And I'll do the same thing. And I'll create this box. I'll create this level. All right, now that's on a higher time frame. So um I could be wrong, right? There could be other levels within this that create these, like, these levels where prices hit multiple times. And I could sit here and just draw these lines up on the chart, though, like, all day, right? Um, and it may take a while. It may take a while. But, when you have AI, you can just open it up, and it may mark these levels up for you. So my eye was pretty good. Like, I was able to see the top one and the bottom one, but there are some in the middle that, these are entries that I would have missed because um I visually just didn't see it. Like, I only seen, the very bottom and the very top. But within that space, there are other entries, there are other opportunities to make money, without having to wait so long for price to come back to these levels. Now, obviously, I know now, because I'm on a higher time frame, that these levels are stronger than maybe the ones in the middle, because it's visually, like, you visually can just see, like, this is the very top and then this is the very bottom. Um, but like I said, like, this is the hour time frame. So each of these candlesticks represent an hour of time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like, it's almost like 10, 12, 13 something hours since it's hit this major level. You don't have to wait that long. There's entries within these levels. And then basically you'll just do the same thing where, like I said, without the bot, you'll do the same thing where you would go to a lower time frame and you just do it again. Go to a lower time frame and you just do it again. So it takes a little bit more time than just we're here, we open up our computer, we put on the bot, and then now it's just about understanding how the bot works. And now, like I said, instead of me just watching the chart to see if it's going to hit this level or if it hit the level at all, because it could hit these levels, that's not a confirmation of just getting the trade, right? It doesn't mean that it's just gonna go back up. These levels could easily get broken. So you know, the bot does a good job of letting you know like when to enter and when to exit. So you can take advantage of, like I said, the market. So yeah, let me see if I got any questions. No, let me see Discord. All right, Discord good too. All right, cool. Cool. All right, so yeah, so I'm just gonna take off the stuff that I marked up so I don't confuse myself. What's going on? And the last thing I'm gonna do, what time is it? All right, we got about 10, like a little less than 10 minutes before opening bell. Last thing I'm gonna do is just basically explain how to use the bot. All right, so I always like to check the higher time frames first, just to kind of get an idea of where price is. Like I said before, like this demand level here and this supply level up here are major uh, levels within the market. Right now, we're in the middle of them both, but also we see another supply zone from the hour time frame that price is kind of reacting off of to the downside. So when we see supply zones, we want to be careful with taking longs or buys, um, especially if you're seeing an hour supply zone on the 1 hour. It could be a strong supply zone or point of interest to take sells. Okay, so just based off the hour time frame, my bias is already telling me to look for sells on the lower time frames. Okay, so we're gonna go down to the 15. The 15, we have a smaller supply zone that price is reacting off of. But when it comes to using the bot, um, the major thing is following the trend. Okay. So now on my higher time frames, my overall bias is going to be the sales, like for sales. But as we drop down to the 15-minute, I see price bouncing off of another supply zone. But price itself is above this white EMA. Now, according to the rules on the bot, like step one is price above the white EMA? And it is. So in that case, we're looking for longs. Okay. Do we have a green EMA currently? Like, well, at this very moment, we do not, but we are in a buying trending market. So I will be waiting for a green EMA on my entry. Second thing is price. The third thing is price coming off of demand level. Now we see it coming to a demand level. And now if we could start seeing some reversals, we'll probably start to get that green EMA come back. Price will still be above. And then, like I said, if price decides to reverse off this demand level, the last thing will be is a green arrow. So if you wind up getting a green arrow, it's letting you know that this trade is good to enter. And, you just trust what you invested in, basically, at that point. All right, so we are on a 15-minute time frame, but okay, that's just, my alarm. It's time to go. It's time to get to it. But yeah, so and this what we see right now. Whoa. So I can't Can I not use that tool? All right, from basically from the white line up, I didn't think it was going to come up like that, but right, prices going up. All right, I can see that. So as we dial in a little bit more, we see that price is touching a demand level. Um, the 5 minute is where we get our entries. The 5 minute is where we get our entries. All right, so a plus setup will look something similar to this right here, and you can see the trades that I took last night. Um, this particular setup did not hit the third target, but it puts you in a position to make some good money. Um, so we have price above the white line. We got a green EMA, we got a green candle, and to top everything off, we get a yellow candle with an entry point and targets to hit. All right, so if we were to take this trade, what time did this happen? At 6:55 this morning. Um, just based off of the first candle, that first target was $200. It got all the way up to the second target, which was 350, and the high was 575. And these are 5 minute candlesticks. So within 5 minutes, before this trade actually got invalid, um, you was able to at least make your daily go and be done for the day. Right. The trade wasn't invalid until you see this selling candle um close below the stop loss. So basically they wanted you to risk about 200. Um, so that's not bad. That's a good ratio right there. But this is more of like what you want to see, right? You want to see one of these. Now, just like with anything, um, you know, when when you're trading with the bot, always use like your knowledge. So continue to educate yourself. I would never say just like all right. This is something that a teacher told me when I was younger. She was like, the calculator is only as smart as the user, and it like dawned on me because I'm like, all right, yeah, people use a calculator to get the answer, but if you, the user, type in the wrong thing, then it's you like if the answer on the paper says one thing and then you, the user on the calculator, types in the wrong thing, you're still gonna wind up with the wrong answer, if that makes sense. So like, yes, you have the AI bot, but you also want to be knowledgeable about like how to use it, um, so that way, you can really take advantage of the markets. So I wouldn't just like always blindly just like enter into trades because you see something setting up, because there could be certain market conditions that may apply. So like yesterday, right? We had a couple signals come out during open and bell. Now, if as a new trader, you may not know what open and bell is, and that time of day. So you don't realize how erratic the market gets. Um, the bot may call out something where the market isn't ready to be traded in. Because even with this, it starts to consolidate a little bit, and yes, you made some good money, but you just want to always protect your profit. If you're in profit, don't just assume that it's going to always go to target 3, or it's always going to go to target 2. You know, um, now I'm going to assume that it's going to always go to target 1 at least. So if you see that, don't get greedy and then try to like make more, and you wind up losing because you didn't take your profit, right? If you walk outside your door right now and you seen 200, $300 just sitting in front of your doorstep, you're not going to walk past it because it's not $1,000. So keep that in mind. Like take your bread, take it a day at a time, and you know live to trade another day. Like you don't have to make all your money in one day. Like the, if we being honest, like I haven't said my saying in a while, from Nemesis: slow is smooth, smooth is fast. All right, so if y'all seen the Netflix series, I said movie, but the Netflix series Nemesis, that's one of the lines that I like took, and I was like, nah, that I can really apply that to my trading style, or like I already traded like that, but like that's just like a label I can kind of put on how I've been doing things, because you start to realize like the money that you're making, and it's faster, um, but your patience has to be, you have to wait, you have to be a little slow in your mentality, as far as just understanding like how it's being made, basically. Like you're not working hard for it, you're just clicking a button. So take advantage of the bot in that manner. So all right, so this is opening bell. As you see, price is doing a dance right now. It's doing that. So from 9:30 to 9:45, we're gonna let price move, do its thing. We're gonna wait. We're gonna be patient. We're gonna let it create its range for the day. And Nas is a very trendy pair. So if it's consolidating, let it consolidate. Like let it go sideways, let it move sideways. We don't need to trade within the sideways um motion, right? And when I say sideways, I mean like hold on. Yeah. So like you see how I can put price in a box, like it's just going up and down. Like we don't want to trade in that. We, oatmeal is fine. I've been winning with the oatmeal. Um, egg sandwich do sound good though. Some ketchup. Egg sandwich. Yeah, had to switch that up. I ain't gonna lie. Anyway, yeah, we want to catch the market when it's you see this white line. Is you can see it yourself that it's moving down. If the white line is going sideways, most likely the market is moving sideways. So right now it has a little bit of upward motion, but after opening bell, that 15-minute opening range, we'll see how it starts to move, because it was moving up and now it's starting to move sideways a little bit. Let's see it break out and go a particular direction before we get trigger happy. All right, so let's see, is there any more questions? Still nothing. All right, so now we wait. I want to play some music in between this time. Um, and then we'll mark up the 15-minute, that 15-minute candle, and make some bread. Actually, I'll talk about, while we waiting, I'll talk about my move that I made last night. I'm literally playing 2K. We got back in the crib and my shorty, playing 2K. And actually, oh, I forgot. So I was at my aunt's house, right? And we was all chilling, watching TV. And around like 9 o'clock, I remember seeing these trades right here. All right. Good trades, good moves. The market was starting to move. So like what I seen at the time was this action right here. Boom. Came off the demand level, came back towards this the EMA, and we had another like engulfing candle. So I'm like, all right, like maybe we'll get like one more little push down off of this candle. Okay. And then when I said that, we had an arrow come. So I'm like, all right, let me see what it's about to do. So it pulled back a little bit, and I believe this candle made me want to enter. So I entered here. And I was in profit off of this candle, right? I moved my stop loss to break even, and I wound up uh making like 150 off the break even, right? So I'm like, nah, like that can't be it, right? So I got back in again. Boom. Seen it setting up, was in profit again. And profit again off of this one right here. So it came down, moved my stop loss to break even again. Boom, took me out. So I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not even about to mess with this trade. And look, see, when like the break even is like super, super important because even though I left that like I guess like that time period that I decided to trade, um, like I hit two break evens and I just decided that like, you know what, if I'm gonna hit two break evens, then maybe I'm not seeing something right. Because it like this trade was called out and it did hit the TP ones, but I was looking for more. So I had my break evens a little bit under the first targets, and that's how I made the 150, which is not bad. Like 150 and what, how long did that take? That was like a 10-minute, like kind of like, I'm checking I was on my phone when I did this. So like within like 10 minutes, that's $150. That's some good bread. Like, but uh they'll both hit my break, like they will both break even trades. I moved my stop loss into profit and it reversed on me. So I didn't lose, but I didn't necessarily win what I was expecting to. So we wound up having a good night there. I left it alone for a little bit. I got back home. I started playing 2K and the market was just doing this. Like this is the trending market right here. This is like perfect. It's like going up, literally coming down, hitting the EMAs to go back up again, coming down, hitting the EMAs, go back up again. Um, and I remember seeing this come down and this impulsive candle and a bunch of like uh buying pressure here at the time. So I entered, I was up a little bit. But I'm playing the game, so I'm not even necessarily like watching it. By the time I look back, we had this impulsive candle here, and it called out a buy. So when it called out the buy, I stayed in, but I moved my stop loss like up, like into profit. And then it came down, took me out. It continued to rise, but I was able to finish the night off with, it was like the 150, and then now I'm at like the 479. So that's my, because the market opens up at 6 p.m. So it's technically still the same trading day. And I was done. I played 2K until I got tired, and I was done for the night. So that was a great trade. I was able to catch yesterday. I was supposed to do it on like my other account, but I did it on this one. Um, so whatever. Oh wow, that's what's going on right now. Look at that. Market is going crazy. That push up is wild. Push up is wild. Market call. I mean, the AI, the bot called out a buy here. Could have been a trade to take, but I want to stick to my rules. So if anybody else took that, then good stuff. It's calling out buys on a 5 minute. This is actually a good buy since the market is trending. It is trending up right now, but like I said, I have to stick to my rules because I'll be highly upset if I don't and I lose. Highly upset. So these are nice moves you could take right now. Um, this engulfing candle is something serious. So we getting arrows off the 15, the 5, and the 1 minute. Price coming off this demand level. It is trending upward. Um, these quick little scalps off these entries, you could definitely profit off of. If you in like just off this one candle that is saying, yeah, that was a $1,600 move. $1,600 move. So it's trying to set up an entry for the 5 minute now. This actually is a really good looking trade. Just remember we have news at 9:45. Um, so let's you know be patient and um, see what the market does. Oh man, it's about to smack TP3. It's about to smack TP3. Wow. Just like that. I ain't gonna lie, it could have been done for the day. That would have been a nice trade. Can't even hold you. But yeah, the opening bell, that's not really my the trade during that is not really my thing. I like to wait 15 minutes calling it out, 5 minutes calling it out. See what the one is doing. By all means, if you want to shoot, you can shoot. You don't have to take my trade. But these are some good opportunities to make some money right now. It's actually the structure itself is actually moving pretty nice for longs. What happened? Oh, maybe one day I'll trade open the bell again, but nah. I've been doing well without it. Actually, on what was that? That was Friday. I went to a doctor's appointment. I made a post about it too. I traded Friday opening bell, and I ain't gonna lie, did that, made some money, but I'll never do it again because before I even made the money, I had two, lost about like 2,000, maybe like 1,700, something like that, close to 2,000, and yeah, at 9:30 I got my get back, but I wasn't supposed to be trading on Friday anyway, so you know. So I do like this trade. The only thing that is bothering me is this selling pressure right here. Like these long wicks on the top side means there's a lot of sellers trying to push the market back down. Now price could push through it, but um usually that's a good indication of like a reversal. So the bot did its thing. It did hit target 3 without before being invalidated. So shouts out to the bot. Shouts out to the bot for real. Cause that's a serious move right there. Even now, it's still fake going. Like 8 up to like 1,500, up to a band. Yeah, so you're risking about 200 to make 9. But like I said, I wouldn't close out of these trades unless it closes below the safety net, the red line. Obviously, max. If you're trading with uh, one contract, then um, I wouldn't want to lose more than 300 to 400 if it starts to go the other way. But like, unless it closes below this red line, this trade is still valid. Now, obviously, the yellow line is like the best entry to have. But like I said, I'm gonna wait. 9:45 is about to hit. I'm gonna mark up my 15-minute opening range. All right. Thanks. Still got 20 seconds before this candle closes. I don't think it's gonna go past this, so just put this up. And then at the bottom, 2015. No, you keep yours on the 5 minute or the one.
Yeah, okay. So now I'm just gonna bring my website. I have it on 5.
Yeah, so all right, so you good.
But where I'm supposed to put the thing, lines.
All right, so you create it. The first 15 minutes, you'll go here, change it to 15. And this candle that says, oh, you have to change your time to New York. So like now, this candle that says 9:30, you will just option on the top and the bottom, like where the line is. So like this part. And you're basically waiting until it leaves this area. As long as it's in here, you're not trading.
Okay.
All right. And now we're waiting for the bot to call or do its thing. So we got medium impact news at 10 o'clock. So I could see price kind of pushing in a particular direction. It may not be necessarily a long, because like I said, on the higher time frame, on the hour, which is why I would be like really careful with the buys. We're in a supply zone. Now, it's not the major supply zone, so it could break through it. But if it does, right, this range is ironically, well, I don't want to say ironically, because it's literally like, it's just how the market is. Like, history repeats itself. This range, right, is the top of, where prices hit before. So it can either break through this and then continue on its way up, or it can hit this level and decide to dump back down again. All right, so we're kind of in the middle of that. These major demand levels, this major supply level right here. So we'll see how price reacts off of this level before making any entries or any assumptions of where price is going to go for the day. But the AI did do its thing and called out a banger. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. All targets hit. All right, so we see price kind of like slowing down out this level, creating another supply. Yeah, so let's just be patient. Wait for price to leave this range, and we'll find an entry. We'll find an entry then. Still no questions. The score is good. All right, so while I wait, what song is this? Price pushing up.
I just turned around. You know
Mm. Price pushing. 2 minutes. If we're gonna break out of this. Yeah, exactly. Like that. Did you with me as well? I like this move right here. Oh, I'm with my stop loss in the middle of the fair value gap point of interest. Um, I let you know if I pull the trigger. Yeah. So drop down to your 1 minute. I really want to wait for it is so a new comment account at the start. But also 10 o'clock the top of the hour is about to start and there's like medium impact news. So I mean it shouldn't be too crazy, but we're gonna see how prices reacting off of this level at that time. Hmm? No, no. Um, yeah, it seems like there's a lot of buying pressure right now. Yeah. All right, so if you want to start doing stuff like this, if you could, if you could touch it, like when it comes down, if you could touch it, like see like how you see red ones, like how it's stopping the same area, you could touch place like there. That's a good that's a good job. So like take your FL and drag it to about like this. Even though you don't have the food, so let me see. It's drag it to 30, 30, no, yeah, 32, 55, my fault. 30, no, 30, 2, 55. So that gives you your trade a little bit of it's more time. So you Oh, I see that. So when you touch it like this, there's pressure here. So like price is struggling to like go back because it keeps stopping. So if you can find an entry here, you pick it up from here to here, it's like it's a daily go. So if you can touch that entry, um, just catch at the bottom, give it some breathing room. Good. You pick it up. You got little move from there to there. It's, you got gotta be on it. So like the gotta be on it. Gotta be on it. Really good. You don't even need to look for it. You know. But in the morning, it's way more volatile. So like your entry isn't it's way more important than anything because these little moves. Uh, so just start waiting and trying to test it where you want it. Don't if it don't go where you want, then don't force it. You don't ever want to force it. So if this drops down to the point where it's like, all right, 5, 4, like that's all you're willing to risk. You know, but I'll tell you about it when I want to do this. We would have had a good entry. Yours says market X. Market X. Yeah. All right, I'm trying to wait till 10 o'clock. See if that 10 o'clock candle goes. This let's see. Did he say for Hitachi? Oh man, come on, leave it. Let's see if we get like a little pullback. Oh, perfect. All right, so let's create a fair value gap. If we can get like a nice pullback, we'll find some entries. Just want to pull back a little bit. If it pulls back to like the bottom of this candle, and then the next one, we'll take it. Wait, let's wait to see how it reacts. 10 o'clock. Remember it's medium impact. No. Medium impact news right now. It's it's pulling back for us to get a good entry, or it's gonna pull back and then go the other way. So we just want to wait until the market decides they want to push it back up. If it can hit our EMA right here, or if it hits our EMA like right here, this is it acts as a trampoline. So if it breaks through this, then it's really a lot of selling pressure. But if it bounces off of this and it starts to go back up, then it will do basically like what you see here, like how it went up, started moving sideways, uses the EMA to propel back up. So that's what we want to see. All right, so this wick right here is showing a lot of buying pressure. It's a lot of buying pressure now. All right, I'm going to I'm gonna risk about 4 to 5. But I'm going to take it to the top of this. Yeah. I wanna enter buys, y'all. So just buy market X, and then you should probably instantly be in profit. Like I said, I already hit my daily goal for the day. I'm at 3, so I'm gonna just take that position right there. You can move this up. Give it some breathing room. It's like once you get up, once price pushes up, you can always move this into profit, and then either just let it run or whatever. But like your daily goal should be at least, because remember the thing is gonna actually just hit 250 for it. They're like, oh, you up 5, you up 600. This is your account. I'm not gonna tell you what to do with this. So you're up, move this stop loss, and then put it above your put it above where you entered at to secure your profit a little bit more. Now right there is fine. Confirm it. Now you're either gonna make you could take this right now, like you could take it, or you will let price do its thing. But if it goes back, you're only gonna make wherever your stop loss is at. All right. Did anybody get into that trade? That was actually a beautiful trade. I didn't really hold it, but how indicator are you using? It's a bot. It's a bot. I'm just now getting into it. Sorry. I'm using a bot. If you want access to the bot, you gotta my Discord is in my bad, y'all. I was telling my girl how to trade. She just made it. What you made? It took you out? Oh, you took yourself out? All right. So go up. Go to account summary. And then, so you on day 2. First day you made a band. Today you made 800. Before the end of the week, you surpassed it. You got after the day. Was this a little bit slower than yesterday? you see, uh, we had panicking. I got anxiety. This is messing with my anxiety. All right, so yeah, that's how simple it could be. The price is still pushing up. But, yeah, if you want this the bot that I'm using, just go to the link in my description. Go to the Discord, and then in the welcome tab, if you do you trade live every day. For the most part, yeah. So like this week, I did Monday, Tuesday, 9 a.m. I'm gonna be on tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday at 11 p.m. Like, so I actually like to trade at night. I don't really trade in the morning, but like I try to give grace to some people who maybe they work at night and then they only have time in the morning and stuff like that. So yeah, but pretty much every day, like every week, if you're in the like I said, go to the Discord and you'll see I'll drop my schedule every Sunday. Every Sunday, I'll give you the exact schedule that I have um, for the week. So it does change, but for the most part, yeah, it's about almost every day. So if you enjoyed yourself, like, share, subscribe, please. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. Hopefully, you learned something. We was only up here for an hour. Like I said, I made money last night, so I wasn't like really pressed to like go crazy today and hold the trade. So my shorty actually made more money than me today. And what was that, 3 minutes, she's up 8, and then I took a few trades last night, which gave me like about 400, and I just made 200 just now. So yeah, or 300, whatever. So you know, I'm really just trying to, like I said, document all of this. my YouTube. But if you want to follow my journey, I do have a community on Discord. Okay, cool. If you need help creating your account with the bot, just send me a personal message, and then we'll get in contact. Um, and then I'll literally like share my screen with you, and I'll break down even more of like how to use it or whatever outside of the live stream. Brown girls cook. That's it. But yeah, so yeah, be tuned for that. And like I said, my schedule's in my Discord. So yeah. All right. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna enjoy my day. Oh, I cleaned my fish tank yesterday, y'all. It's nice and clean today. I'm saying what's up. Savage and Beast is in here. Savage and Beast. I'll take care of my fish, man. All right. But anyway, all right. For like I said, for anybody watching now, thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow at 11 p.m. For those people that are watching later, um, and want to know what's going on, like I said, everything the link is in the description. To my Discord. If you want access to the bot, visually make it easier to trade. Like this is visually just like it's kind of hard to like it's hard to miss. Like you have to be like super greedy, or you just have like a bad entry. It's not that you're wrong, you just really good entry. But I'll show you how to use it properly. Um, and we could run this up together. There's plenty of money in the market. Enough money for everybody. So like I said, join the free Discord, some more information, and let's get to it, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. Have a blessed day. Um, we're gonna thank God for this one. This is a great, 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 great.